Heyo, welcome. It's time finally for another video. This is the last video of 2023. It's also the third video of 2023. It's been quite a year. I know I promised a bunch of videos this year. I really need to stop promising y'all things because I know that I'm not good at doing things consistently, especially if things get hard, which, you know, they have, because I don't know if y'all have had a similar 2023 to me, but it's not been the easiest year. It's not been the worst year in the world either. But anyway, this video is going to be just a compilation of all of the drawings, at least chibi drawings that I did this year, and then, you know, I'm just going to talk about general life stuff, where I'm at, what my plans are for 2024, and hopefully, you know, moving forward from there. If you're wanting individual videos where I actually talk about the drawings themselves and the characters I'm drawing, I am planning on making those. I think I'm just going to make them as shorts instead of as full-length videos like I have been doing in the past. For one thing, if you can see the huge amounts of empty space we have on the left and right of both left and right of all of the characters here. The format just works a little better for the tall screen-sized videos just because of, you know, the way the chibis end up. They end up being taller than they are wide most of the time, so it works better in the taller format, which YouTube automatically goes, oh, that's a short, so we're going to do it that way. It also means I can post things cross-platform, and I'm going to try to be more active on the internet this year than I was. Well, okay, I say this year like it's already 2024, but we got like a couple hours left, you know? But moving forward, gonna try to be more active, post more videos. I know I say that every year, but there are a couple things that are actually changing this year that are hopefully going to actually make that happen this time. So, I guess let's start off talking about 2023. I say this in most of my New Year's videos. A lot of the reason I do these, you know, place marker videos, I guess, a consistent at least once a year video to catch up on my own life. A lot of it is because almost positive that I'm going to have dementia if I am fortunate enough to live to get old. I think I'm going to have dementia, and I'm hoping that having something where I can, you know, recollect actual life events will help with that aspect of things. It's also for my loved ones in the future, should anything happen to me, and when something eventually does. I'm gonna die eventually. I'm not immortal, but as long as the internet exists, theoretically, these videos will exist, so, hello, future loved ones, if you're still around and I'm not, and if I am still around but not near you, this is for you too. And this is also for all of y'all who, of all of the things in the internet, decided to listen to me go off and just look at the things that I make. I super appreciate it. I hope, given this year, the lack of things I have made, at least for this channel, I hope it's not been too disappointing for y'all. I have been posting consistently on the internet this last year. I just haven't been posting on YouTube. One of the main reasons for that being that I've been drawing chibis. As you can clearly see, I'm drawing chibis right now in the video that you're watching. But chibis have very much become work for me. And I don't know how to say this. I keep saying in these videos on this channel that I love this job and I wouldn't change it for anything, and there's part of me that still thinks that. I still do love doing chibis and I still do love doing conventions, but it's getting harder. It's getting harder as the years have gone on and as I'm getting older. There are several factors to this. One is, as much as I do love doing fan art, I do also love drawing my own characters. Some of the videos I'm planning on making moving forward, a lot of them are about my original characters and the concept of original characters in general. I love story writing. I love making stories specifically. And when I'm making a story, it doesn't matter if it's a character that's mine or not. I like doing that more than I like just drawing individual pictures. With the chibis specifically, I get so caught up in them because they're going to be turned into a product eventually, something that people are going to pay money for and spend time looking at, perceiving. I want them to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Representative. I want them to be a good representation of the character, you know? That's part of why I haven't been drawing the characters people have been asking for, is because I haven't been watching shows recently. I've found it kind of difficult to get into narratives, even though I do love stories. It's just been something I've been struggling with recently, especially with anime in general. One of the big things that's happened this year, I am not sure how much I'm actually going to let myself talk about, at least right now. Dear future Emily, you know exactly what I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure, but this is the year that things got really bad between me and someone who I love. I don't want to go into detail about that because it's not my dirty laundry to air, if that makes sense. It's not even that it's dirty laundry, it's just I'm trying to respect the privacy of someone who has always been really close to me my entire life and who really, really hurt me. But this is a person that is the person that I had been watching anime with like my entire life. So anytime I even think about watching an anime, I have these weird residual bubbling anger bits coming out. I'm going to stop talking about it because if I start talking about it, I won't stop, and I don't want that to be what this video is about. But I've been having a hard time watching anime, so I haven't been watching new anime, so I haven't been watching new characters because I don't like drawing characters that I haven't met myself. I'm not going to lie to you, it is something I have done in the past. I haven't seen all of the shows of the chibis I've drawn. Sometimes it's because things are commissioned. Sometimes it's because I have had dozens and dozens of people come back and asking and hoping that I have these characters. And at some point I just go, it's probably better to have them for them than to not, because I just haven't seen the show. But I can't bring myself to watch shows anymore. I've been watching a copious amount of YouTube. I've been watching like a little bit on TikTok. It's something that Brittany and I do together, just kind of to wind down, is just kind of turn on TikTok and scroll until we fall asleep. So I've been watching maybe like half hour of TikTok every couple days or something. But for the most part, one of the things I've been doing is when I find myself mindlessly scrolling on any app, especially if it's like I'm just doom surfing, I'm just seeing bad news, which we all know is something that the internet is full of these days. Anytime I find myself doing that, I close the app, I get my iPad out, and I've started drawing. I just haven't been drawing chibis. I have been drawing, and if close your ears for a second if you're a young child or someone who just isn't into this, doesn't want to hear this, but I've been drawing like a decent amount of erotica. I'm an adult person, and I am, like I said, I'm very interested in stories. I'm also very, very interested in human relationships and the way they work. I like making work about honest, loving relationships, and a big part of that being a human, being a carbon-based human life form, having a body. Part of that is that part of it is intimacy, and that's just not something I'm comfortable sharing here. I shouldn't even be talking about it this much, honestly, but I have been drawing content that I just don't want to put on this YouTube, because this YouTube is chibis. If you can see, I'm drawing cute little cats right now. I'm actually low-key, this is my cat. I definitely am calling him Firestar, but that's Fluff, and that's Dee Dee right there. Anyway, So I have been actively drawing. I've been posting for most of the year. I was actually posting twice a week over on my tapas. I am not gonna give y'all a link for that. If you want to find it, you probably can. It's the internet, but I'm not gonna purposely cross promote it because it just doesn't belong here. This is the place for chibis. Tapas is the place for the linflow. So no link for you. Anyway. I was posting twice a week for a bit. I, at some point, couldn't keep up with that anymore, so I'm posting once a week now. And I am planning on keeping that up this next year as well, though fingers crossed I actually have like a full story in mind right now, and I'm hoping on doing something actually consistent storyline wise this next year as well. But I've been kind of scattered just in general in my life for the last while. I have a very hard time holding on to one topic, even in the tapas that I've been consistently posting on. I haven't had a consistent storyline going for a while. I have a couple longer storylines that are ongoing and that I do plan on finishing at some point. But I don't think I have yet a single storyline that I have started and finished to a point that I'm happy just calling it done. I think I have a single like short story on Tapas, a short comic that is technically done, but I recently was actually looking through my iPad and found that I had started a second part of that one that I thought was done. So we'll see if I ever end up posting that because the second part is not done. And if I post that, then what was my one actually finished story becomes yet another just work in progress. And that's on me. That is on me as a person for not just making myself sit down and finish something. I know that that's what I need to do, like at the end of the day. But again, I've been using drawing, specifically the drawings that I'm doing on that tapas. That is the thing I have been doing for myself to keep myself sane. You know, I I don't want to have it start feeling like it is work. And I feel like if I do make myself stay with one storyline, even if it's not what I'm feeling at that moment, then it's going to feel more like work than it feels like something I'm doing for myself. And I don't want to do that because the chibis already started out as something that I was doing for fun, and now it's the way that I pay rent. So there's this new pressure to it. I mean, it's not a new pressure. I've been doing this legitimately for almost, has it been 10 years? I think I've been doing chibis full time for 10 years now. It's not new that this is work for me. It's just new that it's felt this much like work and like I'm having less fun with it. And I don't like that. I like my little chibis. I don't want them to come across feeling that. And I'm sure this is something I've talked about before. I lose track of what I talk about, but it's I got one life. The themes are going to be similar, I think. But okay, let me lay out for you kind of how an average week goes for me. So, if you are new here, hello, interesting video you chose to start on, but hello, welcome. I am a convention artist. That is what I do full time. The chibis that I'm drawing right now, the drawings you're seeing on the screen, these are characters that I print out. I make them into laminated badges, something that hopefully I'll make a tutorial on at some point this year, but we'll see if that happens. It's one of my many video ideas that, anyway, I'm getting off track again. So I have over 1,200 characters right now in this catalog that my wife and I have drawn. By the way, you are just seeing the chibis I've drawn. Brittany still has drawn more than half of the chibis in our collection. But I digress. I have 1,200 characters in this catalog. I have them available as chibi badges, which I cut out, laminate, and cut out a second time by hand. Those are completely hands-on. They take so much time to make. I also do have stickers and keychains. I do have people I go through to get those things manufactured because I just do not have the capability of making high-quality stickers at home, and I don't have the capability of making any keychains at home. I do also have plushies of some of the characters, and sometimes I also have prints. I haven't been bringing prints to the last couple conventions because it's been years since I've drawn a new print, and I just want to draw some new ones before I bring them back, and it just hasn't happened yet. But so 1,200 characters that I keep in stock in 3 different types of mediums. That means that when I take inventory, we're counting 1,200 characters 3 different times, and then some of them I am making restock by hand. That is just a part of how running this convention table goes. So, okay, an average week for me. Say I have a convention starting on Friday. That means my week starts however many travel days it is before Friday. Say this convention is a 12-hour drive away from me. 12 hours is my cutoff point where I start going, okay, this is going to have to be a 2-day drive if it's 14 hours, you know? And at 14 hours, I'll probably still try to fit it into one day. But, you know, if it's 16 hours, it's 2 days of driving. So starting Wednesday, I'm going to be driving and then drive a full 10 hours Wednesday and then Thursday. And I don't know if you've ever done just by yourself a 20-hour drive before. It gets both emotionally and physically taxing at some point. I've been doing okay with it, but like I said, I'm getting older, I'm getting tired. But so, okay, let's say I have a convention starting on Friday. It is 20 hours away from home, driving time. That means that my week goes on Tuesday. I've got to get everything packed and ready to go. If I need to take inventory, I actually have to start on Monday because it takes me 2 days to take stock and make restock. That's part of why I've been out of so many characters this year, is because if you've seen me at con and I've been out of characters, this is why. This is the problem. So let's say that my inventory is in fine shape. Wednesday, I am driving. I drive for 10 hours. I get to my hotel. I'm exhausted. I draw a little bit for myself. I post some tapas. Most of the time, I just get to the hotel and fall asleep. So on a good day, I'm drawing a little bit for myself, but I'm not getting any new chibis drawn. Wednesday is driving. Thursday is also driving. I get all the way to the place where the convention is. I have to check into my hotel. I have to get checked into the convention itself. Sometimes I can't do that on Thursday because I get there early enough, but many times I end up rolling into town around 10 p.m. It's just how it works out. So let's say I get there on Thursday, get to my hotel at 10, I'm exhausted, I have to sleep again. I wake up early Friday morning, I go set up for the convention. I have 3 days of convention. Convention days very often are more than 10-hour work days. I have a lot of conventions that are open from 10 in the morning to 10 in the evening, but I am there at 7 o'clock getting my table set up, so I am there for 15 hours on those days. It's just what it is. I don't have anyone else to set up my table for me. I gotta do it. So I have 3 days of convention. Even if the convention day is just like this last convention I've been at in Oklahoma. Shout out to everyone I met at OkiCon. Y'all have been super nice here. It's been so fun. OkiCon was wonderful with their hours. We started at noon on Friday and then ended at 6. That's only an 8-hour day for me. I mean, nope. I can't math. Wait, that's a 6-hour day. But I still was there again at 8 o'clock getting set up. But so 6 hours of selling, and then yesterday, Saturday, was 10 to 6, which was the 10 hours. And then it'll be 9 hours today. It's 10 to 5. It's actually 4 a.m. right now while I'm recording this, because that's the time I could find to make this video. That's the type of no time I have right now. So 3 days of selling, and then 2 days after the convention's over of driving back. Usually conventions will end at around 5 o'clock. Some of them end at 7 or 8. If a convention ends at 7 or 8, I'm not driving that night. I'm not going to do that to myself or to anyone else on the road with me. I am not driving tired. I am not going to die on the road. So 2 days of driving, 3 days of convention, 2 days of driving back. If I have a convention the next weekend, I'm getting back on Tuesday. If I'm driving another 20 hours to that next convention, that means I am home for one night and then I leave again the next morning to do another 10 to 12 hours of driving. If I'm not doing a 20-hour drive, if it's just like a 12-hour drive after that, which is a short drive for me and an occasional thing, then I have one day at home. And I'm not working on that day either because that is my one day off, probably for the entire month, because I'm going to be real with you, most of my conventions are 2-day drives away. And that's where most of my time has gone for the last couple years, is just to drives. And one of the big things that's happening this next year is I'm not going to do that anymore. I can't fly. I have, again, 1,200 characters in keychains, which is like 400 pounds of keychains. So I can't fly. I'm looking into taking trains. And my next convention, the first convention of 2024, is going to be the first convention that I try that. I'm going to try taking a train. I'm not in a very central train location right now. I'm in Utah. I've been in Utah my entire life. I mean, I've been traveling, obviously. I've been going off about that for like 10 minutes, but my home base, the actual like place that I go home to, has been Utah for long as I can remember, which isn't the best train hub in the world, but that's one of the things that's changing this year is I'm leaving Utah. We're not sure entirely where we're going yet, but Brittany's finally got her associates, and she's going in for her master's of fine arts, what she's going in for. She's so cool. She's been making such amazing work this year. But yeah, she's getting into a master's, and
Well, bachelor's first and then master's, but
we're leaving Utah. So I'm going to be moving this year, which is a huge change. Because again, I have lived in Utah my entire life that I remember. Okay, that's a lie. I remember like 3 things from before living in Utah. And we're talking like fuzzy 2 or 3-year-old memories. I have lived in Utah my entire life. I'm excited to leave. I'm excited to go somewhere else. Love Utah to death. If you're living in Utah right now listening to this, nothing wrong with Utah. I've lived there my entire life. I'm ready to leave the nest, to go somewhere new. And as someone who is perpetually driving all the time, if you live in Utah, you understand this. I'm ready to leave Utah. If you don't live in Utah, we're in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. There is a single road, I-15, that goes from all the cities southern Utah to all of the cities northern Utah. It is the one road in Utah because there's mountains on either side. If something happens on I-15, if there's a crash on I-15, the entire state is backed up. I've had days that it's taken me 20 minutes to get 2 miles to get to my local grocery store because someone crashed on the interstate 20 miles away from me. I don't like driving in Utah. The worst part of all of my drives is just getting out of Utah. So even if I'm not taking trains in the future, not being in Utah is going to help with that. But I am planning on trying to take trains more. So what that means for y'all is I'm going to have time to actually make videos again. The thing is, I've been planning videos. I have, you know, me and my spreadsheets, maybe. I don't know if you listen often, you probably know, but I have a spreadsheet full of ideas of videos that I've been wanting to make, and I've been getting footage for these videos. But actually sitting down and making a video means I have to have time to edit a video, which is not something I usually have. That's why I'm in my car at 3 a.m. recording this, is because I didn't have time to do the recording for this earlier yesterday evening. I was, spending my time actually putting the video together, but Brittany's actually with me at this convention, and I didn't want to keep her awake doing recording at 3 a.m., but I couldn't sleep until I got it done, so I just figured I'd come out here and do it. One of the other things that's been holding me back from making videos is the fact that I am well through, I'm more than halfway through a video that I've been working on for a long time, but it's an animation. It is a 10-minute animated video. It's gonna be awesome if I do ever finish it, but I've been wanting to finish it before I start any other videos, and I'm I can't. Sorry, we're putting it on the back burner. If you've been waiting for the Owl House video, maybe it'll happen one day, but if I keep not making any other videos until it's done, then I might not ever make any other videos. So it's going on the back burner. I've got a ton of videos I want to start working on. Some of them are going to be drawings, some of them are going to be weird little silly other things. I might end up making some videos about moving, just again for me, because my YouTube is for y'all to see, what I make. It's also for me to look back at my own life and have a record of, existing. So I might make some videos about moving. Like I said, I've got a whole spreadsheet full of things I want to make, and I'm hoping having train time means I'll actually be able to make them. So look forward to that moving forward. I am also, I do want to add new chibis still, but I'm not going to be adding as many because the big project that I am working on during this next, travel time that will be on a train, I'm excited for that. But the big project I'm working on is I'm whittling down the amount of chibis I have. I cannot physically keep up with just the actual logistics of getting to and from cons, and especially not with doing that and then keeping 1,200 characters in stock. When I had more people working on this with me, it was more feasible, but it's just me now, and that's just too much for one girl to do on her own. So I'm working on cutting down the amount of characters I have in the catalog, which means I need to be extra picky in the new characters I add to it. That being said, the internet exists. I can still have things available on the internet. I just can't keep bringing everything with me and having everything consistently in stock at every convention. It's just not feasible for me anymore. Another thing that's been holding me back a little bit is commission guilt. Hey, if you are one of the, I think I have 15 people right now who have been waiting for commissions for way longer than you should have been. I'm I'm so sorry. Thank you all for being so kind to me. All of you have been very kind. I don't know if you know the stuff that's been going on in my life and how tired I am and how little time I have, but legitimately to make conventions feasible as a full-time job, which they are. I'm supporting both me and my wife on that. So again, huge shout out to everyone who gets our little chibis at conventions. I really appreciate it. Y'all are genuinely paying my rent right now. To make that happen, to be able to be doing conventions full time, I'm doing conventions full time. I have done at least 2 conventions a month as long as I can remember. Sometimes I'm doing 4 conventions a month. Sometimes Brittany does have to pick up a convention because they book multiple conventions on the same weekend. We're doing 5 a month. But Brittany's not doing the inventory part of it. I'm still managing that on the spare time that I have every once in a while in the weeks that I don't have a convention. But I'm also just collapsing those weekends because I'm exhausted because I've been driving for 40 hours and then selling for, 30 hours and then doing setup and takedown by myself, which again, I have 400 pounds of keychains. That's no easy feat either. So I haven't been doing my commissions because when I do have free time, the last thing I want to do is commissions, and I know commissions are important. I know if you love a character enough that you are commissioning artwork of them, you don't want something half-assed. You want something beautiful, and I want to give you something beautiful. I want to give you something that I put time into and that I wasn't begrudging through, because I feel like if you draw a drawing, whatever mental state you're in, when you draw it, it kind of comes through, and I don't want people to feel, I know, to look at this little chibi, especially now that you've been waiting for, some of y'all have been waiting for over a year, and I know that's not acceptable. I want to be sure when you do get your commission, you get something good, you get something that you love. So, I want to get my commissions done. I want to start making new videos. I guess we're to the part of the video where we're talking actual New Year's resolutions. Gonna get my commissions done. Gonna make new videos. I'm going to try to be posting consistently, both with longer format videos and, again, the actual drawing videos I'm going to do shorts of. I'm hoping that'll be a little easier to manage. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to record on trains. We'll see. We'll see how train life actually works, but I still will have, alone in my hotel room time to do recording as well, so I can at least do the video editing while I'm on the train. But I'm getting off topic again. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope all of you listening here, your last year has been not too hard. I hope you're all doing well. I know that's impossible to wish on I can wish on everyone a good time, but I know that not everyone's having an easy time of life. So if you're not, I hope my silly little videos are helping. I hope you have more happy times moving forward, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.